Hi everyone, my name is Tinamala Tiruvarasu. My group member's name is Kamaleshwari Manimaran and Bong Yongpo. Today, three of us would like to talk about the background of Malay rulers, the roles functions of Malay rulers, the roles or functions of the Conference of Rulers, the rulers of Yang di-Pertua Agong YDPA, and the 9 Malay rulers in Malaya faced considerable challenges to their status and position at the end of the Second World War. The Malayan Union scheme introduced in 1946 by the colonial official deprived them of most of their powers, but after massive protests by the Malayas, much of the powers of the rules were restored. The forming of the Malayan Independence Constitution between 1956 and 1957 pitted the institution of monarchy against the forces of nationalism. The dominant Alliance Party and most of the other parties wanted the rulers to be constitutional monarchs with limited powers under the new constitution. Some scholars have suggested that this reflects the demise of the institution of monarchy against the force of nationalism. The article challenges this view. This article shows through a close examination and analysis of the primary constitution's records that the rules fought a pitched battle to safeguard their position and status from further erosion in the new constitution. The article argues that the rules were not only able to prevent further erosion of their constitution powers, but were in fact able to enhance their position considerably and give the Conference of Rules a new lease of life in the 1957 Federal Constitution, Istana Merdeka. Now is the roles or functions of Malay rulers. The first one is religion. Religion, the sultans are the head of Islam in their status. But in order to promote unity, the conference can agree or disagree to the extension of any religion's acts to federation as a whole. Number 2, privileges. Article 38 requires that the conference be consulted before any changes in policy relating to privileges of the Malays and the natives of Sabah and Sarawak are made. The third one is special court. If the Yang di-Pertua Agong or a sultan is subject to judicial proceeding in a civil or criminal court, Article 182 requests that the action be commenced in a special court of 5 judges, 2 of whom shall be nominated by the Majlis Raja-Raja.
Fungsi Majlis Raja-Raja. Majlis Raja-Raja adalah sebuah majlis yang dianggota oleh 9 pemerintah keturunan dan 4 ketua negara Malaysia yang dilantik di bawah 38 artikel Perlembagaan Persekutuan. Fungsi utama parlimen adalah setiap 5 tahun ketua tertinggi dan wakil ketua tertinggi negara dipilih dari 9 pemerintah keturunan, tetapi hanya pemerintah keturunan yang berhak memilih dan dipilih sebuah ketua negara tertinggi. Fungsi lain termasuk mengkaji dan menerbitkan undang-undang persekutuan, membuat keputusan akhir mengenai isu-isu yang melibatkan Islam di negara ini. Pada masa yang sama, Parlimen juga bertanggungjawab untuk menjaga status undang-undang Melayu dan Islam, dan hak khas yang diberi kepada orang asli di bawah perkara 153 Perlembagaan Persekutuan. Menteri Raja-Raja kini terdiri dari 13 ketuan negara, di antaranya 9 penguasa keturunan adalah sebagai berikut. Negeri Sembilan: Sultan Selangor, Raja Perlis, Sultan Terengganu, Sultan Kedah, Sultan Kelantan, Sultan Bahang, Sultan Johor, Sultan Perak. 4 ketua negara yang bukan keturunan adalah seperti berikut: Ketua Negeri Pulau Pinang, Ketua Negeri Melaka, Ketua Negeri Sarawak, Ketua Negeri Sabah.
Now I'm here for talk about the role of Yang di-Pertuan Agong. The Yang di-Pertuan Agong, who is made Lord, also known as the Supreme Head of the Federation, paramount rules or king, is the constitutional monarch and head of state of Malaysia. The office was established in 1957 when the Federation of Malay, now Malaysia, gained independence from the United Kingdom. The Yang di-Pertuan Agong is elected by the conference rules, comprehension the 9 rules of the Malay states. With the office, the fact rotate between them, making Malaysia one of the world's few elective monarchies. The 6th and current Yang di-Pertuan Agong is Sultan Abdul of Pahang, replacing Muhammad V of Kelantan, who abdicated on 6 January 2019. He was elected on 24 January at a special meeting of the Conference of Rules. He took the oath of office and was sworn in at the Istana Negara on January 31st. The Yang di-Pertuan Agong's queen consort is known as the Rajas Permaisuri Agong, currently Tunku Aziz Aminah Maimunah Iskandaria. The royal are styled in English as His Majesty and Her Majesty. The Yang di-Pertuan Agong's role is that of constitutional monarch, the federal constitution of Malaysia, and acts of parliament made in the accordance with it defined the extent of his powers as the head of state. These are divided into 2 categories: powers exercised on the advice of the cabinet or of a minister acting under the general authority of the cabinet, the conference of rules, or some others officer or institution, and discretionary powers. The constitution vests the executive power of the federal government in the monarch. However, with few expectation, he is bound to exercise this power on the advice of the cabinet or a minister acting under cabinet's general authority. This in practice, most of actually day by day work of governing is performed by the cabinet. The discretionary powers of the Yang di-Pertuan Agong pertain chiefly to appointing the Prime Minister, withholding consent to dissolve Parliament, and call meeting with the Conference of Rules, consonant solely with the privilege, position, honors, and dignities of their Royal Highnesses. Under the Westminster system, the Yang di-Pertuan Agong is accepted to appoint a Prime Minister who will command the confidence of a majority of the Dewan Rakyat. Dewan Rakyat, the elected lower house of Parliament. Should the Prime Minister be or become unacceptable, he may be forced out by a vote of no confidence, which will require the Yang di-Pertuan Agong to appoint someone else as Prime Minister or dissolve Parliament of an election. Conventionally, the Prime Minister is the head of the party with a majority in Parliament. This was the Barisan Nasional and is not bound by the decision of the outgoing Prime Minister. It, however, does not afford him the right and authority to dismiss the Prime Minister. He also can dismiss or withhold consent to a request of the dissolution. Also can dismiss or withhold consent to a request for the dissolution of Parliament. He may discontinue or dissolve Parliament, but he can only dissolve Parliament at the request of the Prime Minister. He can reject any new laws or amendments to executing laws, but if he still withholds permissions, it will automatically become law after 30 days from the internal submission to him. Appointments. The Yang di-Pertuan Agong appoints numerous high-ranking office holders in the Federation under the terms of the Constitution and various acts passed by Parliament. The Constitution established procedures for such appointments. The cabinets of ministers, Prime Minister to preside over the cabinet appointed at his discretion from among the elected members of the House of Representatives, who in his judgment is likely to command the confidence of the majority of the members of that house. Usually the party or coalition leader, deputy prime minister, minister and deputy minister while acting on the advice of the prime minister. Chief secretary to the government as the secretary of the cabinet while acting on the advice of the prime minister. Thank you.